We're at Houmas' house, a plantation home, antebellum home on the Mississippi River. It's supposed to have the finest gardens in Louisiana of any of the plantation homes. We're going to take the mansion tour. There's the mansion right there. Don't worry, they're not real.
Old benches. What are the old benches? I'm feeling like old.
Oh, smell this, Michelle. Look at the Spanish moss here. Yeah, not this kind.
More about these when we get down to the old kitchen. Now the fountains represent pineapples. Back in the day, pineapples were a show of here.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing you're going to see in here are these beautiful murals on the walls. These were painted as a show of wealth. Each family that lived here would have painted their own mural. Now, Mr. Kelly, the owner, he's the one that chose the sugar cane. Mr. Craig Black, our previous head gardener, is the gentleman that painted these beautiful murals. Never had an art lesson in his life, you know. He even included the owner's dogs. This Patrick, if I could get you to close the doors for me. Well, all right, y'all. The first thing you're going to see in here is this beautiful table. This is made from Louisiana mahogany. We don't have this wood here anymore. They farmed it out many years ago. And the chairs once belonged to one of our presidents, James K. Polk. Notice how low to the floor they are? That's because we were shorter people back then. We didn't need big high chairs like today. The chandelier is Irish crystal. You light the candles and the light reflects off the prisms and gives you more light in the room. And the china up here in the cabinets was commissioned by Mrs. Wade Hampton in 1830. She commissioned 600 pieces to be done in a little town in France called Limoges. So therefore it carries the Limoges name. All right, y'all. I want you to give me the bowl. The fly would be attracted by the sugar water. He'd crawl up under there, fly up, in, and down into the water. Well, nobody wanted to see that while they were trying to eat. So we'd crochet doilies or either put our napkin over it so no lady would have to witness the death of them. Now after this long meal, you gentlemen, y'all would have been chomping at the bits to get across that hall till you find cigars and you good Kentucky bourbon whiskey. But you couldn't do that, no. You had to come over here and socialize with us ladies in the ladies' parlor before you could get across the hall. So y'all come on in, gentlemen, and do your duty.
Can we stand on the rug or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is a lived-in house.
Okay.
Now this piano right here is a 1901 baby grand Steinway. There were 200 of them made in Hamburg, Germany, 21 sent to the United States, and this right here is one of them. Do I have anyone that can play the piano? No? What happened to piano lessons?
1800s.
I can play one song with one hand, if you would like to hear it play.
Sure.
Yeah? Y'all want to hear it? All right. Y'all asked for this. Best I can do for you.
There you go.
All right, thank you. Well, all right, this is Caroline Hampton Preston. This is John Smith Preston. They came down here from South Carolina to take over the running of the plantation when her papa, General Wade Hampton, passed away. All right, well, they didn't like it much down here, but they did stay. Well, okay, y'all. I got a little strobe light thing going on in here today, I see. Well, okay. Now, this room is set up as somewhat of a tribute to the Houmas Indian tribe. We have statues right here and figurines of the Houmas Indian tribe. Now, ladies, I was told that the Houmas Indian tribe had a female chief. There she is, right there. All right, now when the explorers started coming up the Mississippi River, they found the Houmas Indian tribe, and they came and they stayed with them for a little while. They were very friendly Indians. I don't know about all that, but I do know this. You need to go over there, get you some of that luck, take it on home with you, because the more you rub it, the more you touch it, the less I have to polish it. See, I'll go for it. Help yourself. From outside wall to outside wall, from this wall to the outside wall. And now in 1940, a gentleman by the name of Dr. George Crozat bought the property. Well, he wanted to make this his weekend getaway. Well, he had to do some major renovations because this house had no running water. They used it for dry storage back then. Yeah, because heat rises, and they put Ice and Joan Crawford up there. Now, when they started this movie, it was supposed to be Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. Well, y'all know they were bitter enemies. They hated each other with a passion. But they agreed to do the movie. Well, they had a little fight scene in the movie. It's a little slapping, a little hair pulling. They tied up for their fight scene. Director says, okay, good, cut. Let him cut. They cut fighting. It took 4 police officers to pull those 2 women apart. After the fight, Betty Davis refused to be in the movie with her, so she left the set, went back to Hollywood, and in stepped Olivia de Havilland. They had to refilm the whole movie over again using Olivia de Havilland in Joan Crawford's place. And yesterday, Mr. Kelly managed to get the knife that John's hand was hacked off with. It's right there in the display case. I pulled that out of a box and I said, oh, look! And he said, put that down, you'll kill somebody. Well, all right. Now, in May of 2003, Mr. Kevin Kelly bought this property. And this is the room that Mr. William Portia Miles passed away in right here. The next generation of the Miles family used it as a nursery / children's room. All of this stuff over here belonged to Mr. Henry Miles. He gave it to Kevin and told him that he wanted it to stay with the house, and Kevin was more than happy to oblige him. Well, okay, y'all, we got a stroller right here. No stroller, a high chair, but we need a stroller. And there it is. These people were ingenious. Everything they did, everything they made, writing desk. It has hinges over here. You pull this around, take your seat, pull it back, and there is your writing desk. You have paper, ink, wheels.
So Aaron Burr owned that?
No, he designed it.
Oh, I did not know he was a designer.
Yes, he designed it. See right here? You might want to take a little picture of
Yeah,
that right there. It explains it a little bit better.
Thank you.
Why they do not make pieces like this today, I do not know. One lady said it was because they can't charge you for 2 pieces. Trees lined out down through there. We can see the Mississippi River from here. It's 1/4 of a mile from here to the river. We're going to catch that breeze coming off the bend of the river. It's going to come up that 24 Oak Alley, and it's going to create a wind tunnel. By the time it gets here to the house, it's going to drop 5 to 10 degrees. Go through the house, out the back door, and there's your 1800s air conditioning. Y'all think we can handle it nowadays? Not me. Well, all right, in 1858, oh, y'all can see the boat. Look there, there's a boat going by. See it? We'll be there in just a minute. Come on, boat. Well, must be an oil tanker. He's going up the river and the current's pretty bad right there. It's over 300 and something feet deep right there in front of the house. Well, all right. We are about... Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you are now standing in the 1774 trading post built by Alexander Latil and Maurice Conway. The building is constructed of solid cypress. As far as I know, we have never replaced a board in this building. Bricks, yes, but not boards. The bricks were made right here on the property. As you see, they dug the red clay out of the Mississippi River, and Latil and Conway built a keel here and made their own bricks. The interior walls are 2 bricks thick. The exterior walls are like 4 bricks thick. This is a French floor plan called a dog trot house. Yep, and it's hard to believe that this wood has been here since. Well, all right, y'all. I am going to teach you how to make sugar. We're going to the cane fields. We're going to cut that cane out the fields, then we're going to bring it to the mill. We're going to run it between rollers, and we're going to mash all that juice out of it. Then we're going to take that juice and put it in those big sugar cane kettles that I showed you, remember? Okay, we're going to build a fire underneath it, and we're going to use bellows like these to pump that fire roaring hot. And then we're going to start stirring that juice. Now when that juice reaches a certain temperature, it's going to start to crystallize. When it gets to that point, we're going to pour it in these sugar molds right here. When it dries, we're going to dump it out, wrap it up in paper, crate it up, send it to the dock. The ship's going to pick it up. From that is where you are now, the old kitchen. Well, okay, y'all. This right here, I love this fireplace. This is your 1700s kitchen. This is your 1800s kitchen. Do y'all have any questions? No?
And sometimes you take it granted, and when you see it, you go like, wow.
Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right, sir.
Michelle, I haven't been to the bank, sir.
Hot, hot, hot.
Whew. That's what happened when the sun comes up. It was comfortable before. Which way do you want to go? I don't think we've been over this one.
I have 20 bucks. I'm going to give it to her. Got my phone in my pocket.
Look at the ferns on this oak tree here. Wow. Okay, we have another plantation to go to.
So I guess we got the best tour guide. I kind of thought so. It smells so good.
over that levee is the Mississippi River. It used to be level during Civil War times, well, before the middle of the 20th century, I guess. So you had a view of the Mississippi River right from the balcony of the Houmas house plantation. Interestingly, a gentleman by the name of Burnside, I believe it was, bought this place in 1858, 3 years before the beginning of the Civil War, and actually freed all his slaves and let them farm out different parts of the plantation for money. So he was kind of ahead of his time. I guess he was British, and since the Brits had already freed the slaves, he felt obligated to go by British law, not American law, and not practice slavery when he took over this place, which gives me kind of a good feeling. There are some good people in this world. Well, this is the Mississippi River on the other side of the road from Houmas house. It's looking south towards New Orleans. That's Houmas house over there.